Good evening everybody and welcome to June's Craft Gin Club What's in the Box. Now this box arrived a couple of days ago. I was on shift so I didn't really get a chance to do the review that I normally would. So I'm sorry it's a little bit late. Again, if you haven't had your box or you don't want to know what's in the box, please don't watch the video. I've got Bradley with me, just there. He's asleep. It's quite late at night at the minute. I've just woken up after the night shift, probably about 3 or 4 hours ago. So I had a cheeky takeaway tonight, and I thought I'll get on reviewing this month's box. I hope you're all keeping well and staying nice and safe and adhering to all the rules, what we're supposed to be doing. So without further ado, let's crack on with what's in the box this month. Okay, so first up, we've got this. I've got to admit, my eyes lit up when I saw this. I love popcorn anyway. But this is 007 gourmet popcorn, popped and not stirred. It is, I think it's the dry martini. Yeah, dry martini. So basically it's based on the James Bond cocktail that he drinks in all the films. It's like a sweet caramel coating, and then it's actually infused with gin and vodka. This is followed up with a hint of lemon, apparently, according to the packaging. It's made in Watford. I really like this. Another good shout from Craft Gin Club, particularly just on the basis that, again, it's something different. I think a lot of people associate gin drinkers, particularly more with ladies, or it certainly was. That's why it was called Mother's Ruin years and years ago, because it was associated with ladies. But this is a little something just for the men, I think. A bit 007. I'm sure the ladies like Daniel Craig and all the other actors. A bit of eye candy for them, and for me, I definitely like this. It's really, really good. Really nice start to the box. So I'm knocking things over. That's it. We've got the crisps. Again, Craft Gin Club's crisps have always been quite special. They're very, very nice crisps. This is Darling Spuds, Somerset Cheddar and Onion. They're crisps. As I say, you tend to buy your Walkers, all those crisps, but you can definitely taste a bit of a difference with these, with the crisps that they sort of source. These aren't, again, it's crisps that I've never even seen in the shops. I never see them for sale. I'm guessing that these kind of products are being sold in places like small cafes, places that you wouldn't, you know, perhaps seaside resorts, or places where tourists perhaps go, and they're sold in small tea shops, probably for a little bit more than what you would pay for a normal packet of crisps. But no, the standard of crisps that Craft Gin Club put in their boxes are very, very nice. So hopefully, I like my cheese and onion. So yeah, hopefully that will be quite nice. Moving on to the cocktail spirit. If you remember last month, in the previous box that they had, the syrup that they gave with the box, they ran out for some, and I believe they, what was it, race car, I think it was, race car, yeah, because it was Monaco, wasn't it? And they swapped the syrup on some of the latter boxes because they ran out. So this month's one is the one that they swapped in some of the boxes, which I believe probably should have been going in this box. But obviously they had to substitute it with something for all the other members. So we've got the Knickerbocker Glory syrup, again the cocktail syrup. Craft Gin Club's own cocktail syrup to go with it. I've never had a problem with their syrups. The syrups are really nice, and certainly when you're making up their own cocktails, it is quite a nice little result. So yeah, Knickerbocker Glory, bit of ice cream for these hot days we've been having recently. The garnish this month is lime and cardamom, not orange for a change. So they've seemed to have dropped the orange for a month and gone over to lime. I'm quite a fan of lime. I like things like key lime pie, and was it years ago we used to have the lager and lime lollies, which was a favourite of mine as a kid from the ice cream van, along with the cherry brandy one. So I've always been a fan of lime. I think it's quite a nice fruit. I used to even have it when back in my youth, when I used to have pints of Fosters and things like that. I used to have a squirt of lime in. Probably a bit of a southern softie for doing it, but yeah, it was very, very nice. So yeah, limes. Something different from lemon, something different from orange. Cracking idea. We've got this month's, it looks like some kind of, I believe it's probably like an American kind of style soda. And it's a cherry flavoured soda. Let me just have a look. I'm just trying to see where this is made. Where is it made? Ah, St Albans. So again, probably near where the popcorn was made in Watford. And it is Soda Folks Cherry. There you go. I love cherry. Cherry and lime are probably the two best things they could have put in this box. I'm a huge fan of cherry. I believe it probably will work well with lime. They used to do a vodka cocktail in one of my local bars where I used to live in Milton Keynes, and they did a cherry vodka cocktail, and it was absolutely beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. Again, it's something we don't normally see in the shops. It's not one of your bulk standard to stereotypical kind of soda drinks, and I'll certainly give it a go to mix in with the gin and try something different. And I really do think that's the beauty of Craft Gin Club, is that they do things like that, which are different. And I can imagine it takes a lot of sourcing each month to try and find new stuff to keep it nice and fresh, and something that's not particularly mainstream. I've read reviews recently of some of the other clubs that do various boxes, and I believe one of the gins from another different club you could buy in Aldi for literally 20 quid or something, and people were paying £40 odd a box. Which obviously I can understand they were probably a bit miffed about, considering they didn't get much more in the box. So yeah, Craft Gin Club, I think really sort of do go the full lengths in producing a very, very good box. Okay, on with the next thing. I'm sure we've seen this before, the Pedrino Vermouth and Tonic. I think they did one at Christmas, which was the sherry, if I'm correct. So it's another spritz, vermouth and tonic, served over ice. I'm guessing it's slightly sparkling, I'm guessing, and it's obviously quite a citrusy kind of spritz. So I'm guessing with the limes that we got and this will make a very, very nice cocktail to sit out on the decking with, parasol up and some ice, and sip away on a lovely cocktail. So yeah, that's that one. Now we've got two tonic waters this month, and it's from the Elixir tonic water company. Apparently these have been designed by bartenders. One is rhubarb and ginger, and the other is elderflower and lemon. They're both very appealing bottles. There you go. And these are made, I'll try and find out where they're made. Probably hasn't got nothing on it now. Oh, London. They're both made in London. Again, you probably find these in certain gin bars that are now popping up all around the country. I know there's one in Northampton. We don't have one up here in Cleethorpes, but these are the sort of top kind of fashionable tonic waters now, because the tonic is as important as what the gin is nowadays, and pairing them both up is you know, having a nice tonic water with a nice gin is essentially, you know, gone are the days of just slapping in some Schweppes and a Gordon's. It's becoming more certain flavours are added into the gin with the use of the tonic flavoured waters, very subtle notes, and altogether producing a much more round, balanced drink that people can enjoy and experience different tastes and flavours with it. So yeah, the two tonics. Again, something that hats off to Craft Gin Club. Very nice, and look forward to trying it. Okay, so this month's gin. This month's gin is of English. We've had two gins recently. We had the Monaco gin, and we also had the Alpine gin, which were all from further afield on the continent. We've had Welsh gin, we had the Ludlow gin, and now we are moving off to the southern coast of England, and this month's gin is Dartmouth gin. Now this bottle is absolutely beautiful. If I turn it around, you can see on that, I don't know whether you can see that, you might be able to see it in the light, but there's sort of like a bit of a crest, and there's what appears to be a panther of some kind, whether that's associated to the Moors panthers, which are sort of Dartmoor moors, which are sort of running around all the supposed beasts that are on Exmoor as well. But yeah, this is a beautiful gin. Very small distillery. In fact, I think they only carry one still in the distillery. I believe they also make wines. I've had a little look on their website, and this bottle actually retails at £38. Again, that's probably about right for the small distilleries. Most small distilleries do charge anywhere between sort of £30 to £40 for a good gin. I do think you do notice a difference, and I believe this one has been distilled with quite a few different botanicals, lots of fruit. There's rose petals in it, I believe, oranges, all from around Europe and around the world, and obviously it's a gin that they've put a lot into, and we see a lot with the different gins that we get from Craft Gin Club that they do tend to, some of them are very smooth, some of them are very bitter. The Hong Kong gin, sorry, that was the one that we had recently, wasn't it? That was from a different continent, and that had notes of all the botanicals available in Hong Kong, and I think it's quite difficult to make each gin unique, although there is a lot of difference between the gins. Some are quite bitter, some are drier, some are smoother. For me, I prefer a smoother gin. That's just my own personal taste, something that's soft on the palate, but also is quite punchy in terms of alcohol content. Now, this one is 45% proof, so again, it's quite strong in alcohol. I do believe they do they call a navy style gin now, which some of the other ones do, or extra special gin, which is probably a higher strength, slightly higher strength, up to 55%, I normally believe. But this is again a really nice bottle, beautiful, and obviously I'll let you know what it's like. Okay, as per normal, the final part of Craft Gin Club is the magazine. Again, this month, a very nice gin magazine. It's got all the usual kind of gubbins in it, all about the cocktails, about the actual gin itself, about, there you go, you can see the actual that's let me show you, there you go, and that's the idea. That's why I love Craft Gin Club. It is small batch distilleries that produce these gins, and although they obviously produce a lot of gin, they're also small businesses, and it's nice to think that when we buy our boxes, the money, hopefully, as much as possible, is going back into the distilleries and promoting their gins for everyone to enjoy, which is why I do these videos, to make people aware of them. As you can see, it's got also in this month's one, it's got all the different list of where all the different things come from, which they use as botanicals within the actual gin distilling itself. And again, there's more of your kind of cocktails. Again, another thing with Philip Schofield, the usual cocktails. I believe there's some recipes in here as well. Somewhere I saw them. There you go. So there's a recipe for Dartmouth fish and chips. Again, using things like tonic water and things like that instead of your normal water. And I must say, I have used tonic water in making batter. I've got a little fish fry here, and it does work. It certainly makes the batter quite crispy and quite light because of obviously all the bubbles. Again, yeah, there's the usual competitions in here and bits and bobs. So overall, what do I think of the box? The box itself is a very nice box this month. For once in the box, there's something that I don't think I don't like. Last month it was the olive, and before that, I believe one of the other ones had the Bloody Mary, didn't it? Which was again not a fan of mine. And nuts is my other pet hate. I think if you've got an allergy to nuts, it's probably better to stay still, well clear of any of those kind of products that you're sending out, or at least warn people about them before you get them. Or particularly if you're a single person and you just have the box and you don't like nuts, but that's the joy of the club, I guess. So hopefully you've probably seen I've uploaded a few videos. Things are starting to open up now. I'm getting out fishing a bit, and I went over to Donnock, as you probably saw on one of my other videos, and just spending a lot of time with my daughter when I can, when I'm not at work. So hopefully as things start to open back up, I'll be able to upload a few more different videos of bits and bobs. But until next month with the craft gin, I'll see you soon. Take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you for July's box, whatever that's going to bring. So take care, bye bye for now, and look after yourselves.